Welcome back to our show.
Here we are, another fun topic. Today we thought we'd tell you about Meg's incredible knowledge here with specifically New York State Health Exchange, right? So
Yes.
what are some of the things that people don't, or maybe they do, but they don't know all that's involved with that process?
Well, one thing people do not remember or realize is that you have to renew yearly.
Mm,
So once you're in the system, you do the initial application. Uh, there's a question that gives you, they ask for access to your IRS tax papers
mm.
for like usually the next 5 years. You do that, and if you don't renew voluntarily, Marketplace comes and they do it for you. And then they just put you into whatever previous carrier it was,
Mm.
and you don't even know. I just ran into somebody who had no idea. And I said, well, you have to renew every year. Well, no, I don't. Well, yeah, you do. You're supposed to renew every year to see
So
any changes.
yeah, so if you don't and your income changes, that might impact either your premium or if people are getting some type of tax credit, that might change
It
without them
will,
even realizing. Huh?
right. And a lot of people, they do paperless now.
Mm.
If they chose to do paperless and not get anything in your mailbox, then they email you. But if you don't go onto your the marketplace account, you don't get any of your emails.
Mm.
So people forget about it because they think it's okay, do it one time and I'm done, and they don't think about it.
Mm.
And sometimes you will get reminders, um, maybe another email in your personal email account if you set it up. It all depends on how you set it up, though.
Sure. So you can actually help people as a broker. You can actually go into their profile and help them make sure everything's accurate and kind of walk them through
Yeah.
options. Okay.
Well, in order to do that, I would have to be assigned their broker. And then once that is done, then I can go in and I can actually look to see any of the emails or if there was a glitch somewhere
Mm.
or they've received something and didn't understand it. Any changes I can also do also and from their account.
Okay.
But they would have to give me the access first.
Yeah. Well, this isn't just individuals. This is also, New York State, if you're a small business owner,
Yes.
and a lot of folks, I know a lot of folks that utilize the exchange are folks that don't maybe have a W-2, like a salary job. There might be independent contractors. Again, people in our business, right? A
Right.
lot of us are using the exchange. If we don't have a group plan, there's realtors, same deal. If there's no plan, so you can actually broker. You yourself can help people watching that might be self-employed,
Small business. Yeah.
hairstylists, small business. We also can do small business plans,
Mhm.
not just through the exchange, but we also have carriers outside of the exchange that can help people.
Right.
So that's a big plus. Now, what I know I ask you this often. I'm just trying to remember. What do you charge again when people need help? Oh,
Zero.
that's right.
It's
So
zero.
what's the excuse of not calling Meg?
There is no
Zero. There's
there
no
is no
zero.
excuse.
Yeah. So you get informed, you get educated on what you have. A lot of folks, it's who wants to sit and do that all day. It's not the most exciting book to read, but we're in it all day long anyways. You might as well have us do the research for you on what you need.
Right. And it is usually only once a year that you would need to do that unless there's changes, unless there's a life event that change. Income change usually is the flag
Yeah.
to change something. And you have 30 days to, change it. But that's with anything,
Yeah.
but that's something that people um forget about.
Mhm.
And then, and they usually find out when they go to see a doctor.
Oh, sure.
And then the doctor says, "Oh, you don't have insurance."
Mhm.
But then when they inquire or they call that, the wonderful 800 number, right? That this 800 number, they're like, "Well, you have insurance," but then they don't know what else is happening.
Mhm.
So then, get me involved and then I can dig in and say, "Oh, okay, well, this is what happened."
Absolutely. Yeah, you want to call 800 numbers. I
Yeah.
I have a friend that's in finance, and they calculated once, kind of a bean counter, and they actually calculated in the course of the year on behalf of clients, they spent they realized they spent more than 60 hours in the course of the year calling government agencies on things such as what we're
Mhm.
just talking. So the state for the exchange. Sometimes it's individuals that call Social Security to double check things for their clients.
Yeah.
You think about all that stuff, and I'm thinking, my gosh, even for my own personal needs, I think all of us now have realized that if we want to call the iron hours, we'd almost have to set aside a whole week of PTO or vacation just to make those
Just
annual
make those
calls.
phone
Yeah,
calls. No, but you're right.
it's bonkers. It's
Yeah.
bonkers. Just like when we talk about Medicare, and we help folks with Medicare. So we're doing it all day long, folks, anyways.
Yeah.
That's why we have multiple lines. We can do this and get to the carriers that you need, or maybe ones we recommend you looking at working with. We can get into your policy details, see what you need, and to Meg's point, at least once a year, we're going to follow up with you. She would reach out to you and say, "Hey, it's almost time for your renewal. Let's review
Like
your
a refresher
situation."
call.
Yep. So absolutely necessary. And things are never the same year to year. They're just not.
No,
There's
everything
carriers. We
changes.
just found out it's not exactly out there yet, but we just found out yet another carrier is going to leave New York State. It's a tricky time for
Right,
insurance.
because now carriers are gonna be limited.
Yep.
And then it gets into a whole nother thing as if you have only a handful of carriers,
Mhm.
you're only gonna have a handful of doctors that are
Right.
going to take those
Right.
they accept they have those carriers.
Yeah.
So that's another thing you have to think about too. It's easy to go call a 100 number and say, okay, this is I can get into, and I want this carrier. But if you don't know if you actually see what those services cover,
Mhm.
what that premium covers, to compare,
Yes.
people don't do that.
Yeah.
And that's where I think it's going to start making a difference. You really need to, every person should go into the benefits and see what is covered, what is not, what your copays are,
Mhm.
your medications. Like it's all, I think, is now going to really play a huge factor on premiums going forward.
Mhm. Absolutely. So you heard it here first, folks. There's a source of your knowledge. So utilize, give us a call. We're here to help. And just and if it's not at the time of year where you can renew it, like Mike said, there might be an event in your life where you can go in and make changes,
Mhm.
job changes, you have a child, there's all sorts of exemptions there. So, and if you're not sure what they are,
Right.
give her a call. We'll double check that for you. So, all right.
Okay.
Well, we'll see you in the
See you
next
next.
one.